Right, here I am, Suffolk Triumph again. Yeah, ages ago, rode Scrambler 1200. Back on one, yeah, brand new this baby. Done, I don't know, about 50 miles. Oh, we're already switched on. Let's get going. Oh, there we go. Look at that clock. Round, but digital. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get on the road and we can have a chat as we go. Can't wait, just checking the mirrors. Oh, look at that. It's off. Feels quite tall, but it's not as tall as you imagine. Yeah, 840 millimeters seat height, so they say. It feels a bit taller than that, to be honest, but there we go, we're off. Look at that. Mickey Mouse mirrors, just need a bit of tweaking on that one. There we go, and that one's just about right. Could probably come in a little bit. Steady up with the miles an hour. We're in the 30. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down the A14, down the Washboard Road, and down the Suffolk Road. Yeah, down past the boatyard. Stop and do a walk round on the Suffolk Road with that lovely view of the Orwell. Yeah, see how many boats are out sailing. But first impressions, well, I've ridden one before. It's 1200 cc's, and it should feel pretty heavy, but it doesn't. No, I remember this from last time. In fact, I think I posed the question, big fat lump or ballerina, and I found it to be more of a ballerina. Yeah. $50 miles an hour here. Feels a bit vibey with these knobbly tyres on. Semi-knobblies, I think it is, on the front. But handling just fine. I think it's 21-inch front wheel. Brakes absolutely fine. And a 17-inch on the rear. Yeah. Brake horsepower's about, I don't know, what is it, 80? Something like that. Might even be 90 brake horsepower, or somewhere in between. But you know me, I can't be bothered with the numbers. Handlebars feel wide, but they don't look wide. Yeah, I suppose that they probably are a bit wider to help with stability if you're off-road. I'm trying to remember what the torque was. Well, I can't remember. Yeah, I'll see if I remember later on. Upside down forks, Brembo brakes. Very comfortable position. As you know, I'm 6'2" with a 34-inch inside leg, and that all seems very comfortable to me. Don't know what electronics it's got. I think it's got 4 rider modes. I think, you know, no doubt I'll get comments saying don't be a buffoon, it's got all sorts, but I know it's got off-road, I know it's got road and rain. Don't know if it's got sport, and it's possibly got a rider mode that you can just select what you want. Yeah. So this one's in like a candy apple red. Yeah, marvellous. So round the roundabout, no problems at all at this nice steady pace. Of course it's brand new, we can't hammer it, can we? No. So probably best stick to around about 4,000 revs, I reckon. Which is fine because it's quite windy today, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but we're not at 4,000 revs and we're doing 70 miles an hour, which is the legal limit, isn't it? So that's fine. Obviously it'll go a lot more. I feel like it's just tickling it and it wants to be revved a bit more, but I won't. Oh, Rosa's there, just going the other way with the siren going. On my T120 I found the throttle quite lurchy. Obviously the gearing and everything's set up different on this, and it's dead smooth. That's what I find. Now that could be because it's 3 years newer than my old T120, or it could be that they've actually fixed the problem, or it could be that they've changed the gearing and that's fixed it. I don't know, the fueling's all different, possibly. But there you go. So, onto the washboard road. Now with this knobbly, it, like I say, it feels quite juddery at the front. So I dread to think what it's going to be like on the washboard. Yeah. So here we go on the washboard road, and it, of course, it's a scrambler. It rides it really well. Oh, we're going a bit quick. Never mind. And the washboard actually starts to get worse, and it starts to turn into quite big lumps here now, from where all the lorries slow down, or they're carrying big boats and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, very comfortable, and very capable over the bumps and repetitive bumps. Here we go. Is that bus stopped? Yeah. Oh, RS. Oh, people. So yeah, very smooth. So what we got there, we've got rain, road, hang on, it's gone off. Rain, road, sport, I'm guessing, and then it's got a couple of hills and mountains. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing that's off-road and stuff. So it's got more settings than I thought. Car here pulling a trailer. Oh, dead easy to balance. Oh, I like that, yeah. So, the Suffolk Road. Yeah, we've got, as the sign says, horses, big people, small people, cars, bicycles. We know that we've got potholes, gravel, mud, mattresses, fridges, balloons, all sorts of stuff. But I am taking it quite steady because I can't see around the corners. Oh, there we go. Just lovely. Absolutely lovely. And just down here we'll stop and do the walk round. Yeah, nothing behind. Here we go, just there, like that. Neutral, side stand down, engine off. I'm not going to turn it all the way off so we can look at the clock. So there we go. Let's have a look, see what you make of this big baby. Look at that, isn't it marvellous in that colour? Just wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to switch cameras now. Right, here we are, yeah. Triumph Scrambler 1200 XE. It's just marvellous, isn't it? That marvellous T120 high torque engine, yeah. 89 brake horsepower and 110 Newton meters of torque. He's not shy on the torque, is it? No. And I think they'll just look lovely. And with the new 400 coming out as well, people are going to be buying that and then popping onto one of these. I think it just looks marvellous. That clock and the headlamp are just wonderful. Yeah. A number of modes. Average fuel, range, all the information you want, and you can scan through that. Fuel gauge, rev counter, Mickey Mouse mirrors, hand guards, presume they're standard on it, blacked out engine, meaty swinging arm, which I suspect will stand up to some real rough and tumble play. Brembo brakes, M50s, Öhlins on the back, Shoei on the front, I think, fully adjustable, twin disc cross spokes to the outside. Makes me think, oh, it's going to have tube tyres, which everyone seems to favour. Yeah, that's what I think. Don't quote me on it. But it's 840 millimeters for the seat height, but it seems taller than that when you sit on it. Nice little bullet indicators, nice little tail light, and the seat feels dead comfy to sit on, yet looks really thin, doesn't it? But there you go. Controls dead easy, all intuitive. Side stand, you'll notice how I'll not bother saving it for later. No centre stand, of course, par for the course these days. Mrs. Tame wants to have a go on one of these, I know that much. Liquid cooled, obviously. Radiator, barely notice it. Yeah, a real nice looking bike, I think. But let's get back on it and do the senses test. Don't look to be too many people out sailing, one or two. But yeah, marvellous spot this. Right, here we are. Let's get it fired up again. There we go. Barely used any petrol, marvellous. Make sure, I'm just making sure I'm zipped up. Don't want the camera falling out. Yeah. So, into gear. Oh, we've got a car coming, we might as well wait for that car. And there we go. So we're almost immediately straight into a 30, which is the story of our lives, isn't it? And it's where the 400 starts to make sense on these back roads. So we're in third, doing 23. We've got blind bends and bumps and all sorts. Just easy to handle through here. But anyway, onto the senses, and we all know the first sense, taste. What does it taste like? Well, this is going to be, it's candy apple, isn't it? It's got to be candy apple. Sweet, and good for you. Yeah, apple. Oh, one of your 5 a day. Marvellous. So if you rode it twice, once on the way to work and once on the way back, you've had 2 of your 5 a day. Means you can have a bacon sandwich. Yeah, marvellous. What does it smell like? It's brand new. What do you think it smells like? It smells like a brand new bike. Just warm metal, and it's a bit nippy today for the middle of summer. Yeah. Handles these bumps and twisty roads just lovely, and I know we're not going quick, but I'm trying to enjoy it. Yeah. Let me get the visor closed. So then to look at, well, it looks like a scrambler. I think it's a handsome beast. I do. Yeah. I really do. It looks classic, but it also looks like a scrambler. And it is 1200 cc's. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like a smaller bike. And yeah, and I know it's tall. I know it's got a big engine, but it really does. I've never taken one off-road. But I think I'd quite like to. Yeah. I think I would chance my arm on it. But there you go. So to look at, that's what it looks like. To touch and feel. Get down to 30 miles an hour. Touch and feel. Triumph, it's quality. Everything feels solid on it. Everything works really well. The brakes, suspension. It's nice shapes. It's sort of roundish. Even the clock isn't too bad, and the clock is adjustable, so you can, you know, if you were stood up, you'd be able to see it, and standing up on it, it's just lovely. It's nice and narrow, so it's easy to get your balance. Yeah, slow down. Sound. It sounds lovely. That parallel twin 270 degree crank. It just sounds marvellous, doesn't it? All the Bonneville range. Really, but they sound powerful and burbly, and I just love that sound. That's why I've got the Thruxton and why I've got the Bonneville. Yeah, not purely for the sound, of course. They're quite nice bikes to ride. Yeah, and this is no exception. And then the sixth sense, how does it make me feel? Oh, I really enjoy it. Makes me feel very happy indeed. Like I say, I'd like to go off-road with it and just see what it is like down the dirt tracks and the gravel tracks, but of course, you know, it's not my bike. And I think there's a thing with insurance about not going off-road, something like that. Which is crazy really when it's an off-road bike. We've got a learner here who's very hesitant. Here we go, she's gonna go this time. She's away. Don't want to scare her or put pressure on her. Yeah, how does it make me feel? Very happy. Yeah, like I say, the off-road thing would be the thing for me. Middle of winter, I think this would be marvellous. You're quite a long way off the road, so you'd miss a lot of that wet, grimy, muddy weather on your boots and stuff. You can get bags for it, obviously one-sided, but I reckon you could tour on it if you weren't carrying too much luggage, or certainly if you were touring on your own. use the back seat. Yeah. Traffic's bad today. On the A14, I mean, this high torque engine, this 120 engine, is so durable and so punchy. It's just lovely. And it's just lovely. Yeah. Obviously it's very windy today, so I'll catch you when we get to the other end. Now, what I don't know is whether the indicators are self-cancelling, so I'm going to leave it on. It's been on now. We're going to do a left here. And it's gone off. So yeah, self-cancelling indicators. That's marvellous, isn't it? Yeah, so overall, very comfortable to sit on. My 34-inch inside leg, I guess they're just a bit more than a right angle, my knee, yeah. And it pulled, look at that, at 30, just a little slip of the clutch, and it was off, going lovely. What's its competitors? Are there any scramblers this big? I don't know. I guess Ducati scramblers, a bit smaller, but just as capable. Price wise, this is about priced at 14,000. Again, I could be wrong. I just don't know. Yeah. So this isn't cheap. Don't know what the Ducati costs. And what else is there? I can't think of anything. No. So in its class, I guess it stands out on its own. Yeah. So here we are, back into a 30, and I guess that's a good time to just recap on it. So what we got Mickey Mouse mirrors, absolutely fine for seeing out of. They look a bit cheap, I suppose, but mirrors generally do, don't they? Yeah. Clock, oh, 30, steady on. It's a round affair with the rev counter and the speed in numbers. You've got your average speed, your average fuel consumption and all that malarkey, your fuel gauge and your rider mode and the time. Yeah. Fairly flat bars, nice and wide. 21-inch front wheel, 17-inch rear wheel, twin Brembo on the front, single Brembo on the back, M50s I think. Showy forks upside down. Can't remember what the rake is or anything. O-lins on the back. Yeah. Oh, I've gone past. I should have gone in there. Never mind, I can get all the way around. That's alright. So we'll go in here and all the way through, I think. Let's squeeze through here and we'll go all the way around. Yeah, will I fit through there? Yeah, I reckon I will. It's so nimble and easy to ride. You can just do about anything you want with it. So let's have a little look. Into neutral, ignition off, side stand down, and it's over. Oh, we best turn it right off, hadn't we? There we go. Say goodbye to it. Let's have a little look. Suffolk Triumph. There we go. Triumph Scrambler 1200 XE. Just marvellous bike, really. Masterful piece of engineering. Yeah.